Woodford.
Here.
Commissioner Woodford. Here. Commissioner Romano.
Here.
Commissioner Watson.
Here.
Commissioner Broadley.
Here.
Chair Taylor.
Here. The meetings are governed by the open meetings law. There's a copy of the law in the back of the room. Nicole, do you have any public comments?
We do not today.
Okay. Then we'll move on to the report of our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Scott.
Good morning.
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 I had real productive meetings with the congressional delegation in Washington the week of March 10th. George and I had a follow-up with Senator Fisher's staff here in Omaha. We thought it was a very, very productive meeting. One takeaway that we had when I was in Washington is, and I was just telling Commissioner Bradley, Senator Johannes has, to some degree, come full circle with respect to his views on public housing. He sponsored some legislation in the Senate relative to small housing authorities, but it's interesting. He's gaining a much better understanding of some of the challenges that we face and how housing, public housing impacts real people. So pretty sad that he's going to be leaving office here the next year and a half, but hopefully we can continue to work together. I also am scheduled to meet with Lee Terry and his staff here in Omaha sometime over the next couple of weeks. The chair and I, Judge Taylor and I, we presented our annual report to the City Council with Councilman Gray in attendance, and we just want to thank him for his kind words. We also had a brief meeting with the mayor yesterday to kind of give her an update on OHA operations. Do you want to say a word on that?
Sure. We met with the mayor, who's, again, has kind of reiterated her understanding of the importance of what we do as an agency, but also feels very clear her role is to appoint talented, educated, dedicated board members, and then to let us do our job. And then assist us in any way she can. So, she indicated please continue to work with the police department and city council and her office is at our disposal if we need it. She seems to be very appreciative of what we've done, very supportive of what we've done, and I think it was a nice, it was a good meeting.
Interesting, we didn't talk about OHA finances at all.
No, we talked a lot more about safety and security of our properties and our residents. We talked about opportunities for development and rehabilitation. We talked about public perception and the review not only of our staff and our agency, but also our residents, and how the mayor's office can assist us in more of a community-wide exposure as to what we do and the importance of what we do. So.
Well stated. I am recruiting Sal as I'm supposed to present to the community. Creighton's having a healthcare forum. I'm supposed to make a presentation April 26th. So if anybody wants to come and see Sal and I talk about healthcare and public housing facilities, it's a Saturday, so feel free to come on down and watch us embarrass ourselves. But no, I'm on the board for Creighton University, and access to health care in public facilities is something that is important to me, and ultimately will help our residents. George and I met with OPD as well as HUD on. We actually had a really productive meeting relative to ShotSpotter. We think we found the resources to be able to implement ShotSpotter in adjacent to one of our towers, more than likely in North Omaha. So we'll keep more in tune and updated on our progress. There's an implementation process that goes with that. So we'll let you know on the logistics and when this thing's going to happen. But this is very important, ShotSpotter. George and I and the HUD folks were kind of given a tutorial, if you will, on how it works and how detailed it is. And I think it's going to aid John Anderson's shop and computers in identifying some of the folks who, lack of a better term, aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing as it pertains to gun violence. We're putting up a decorative fence, much like the Jackson Tower fence at Evans. That should be done hopefully in Friday.
On the way warm up, so they can actually do it.
We're also, the folks who are doing the assessment of our properties are beginning next week. It's called the GP&A. So they're going to be looking at the interior and exterior of all of our properties, so we're excited about that. We're also making some improvements on our parking lots at many of the towers.
I'm sorry, can you go back one? Explain that again. Could you?
Yeah, the physical needs assessment.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to know. Was it connected to the physical needs?
Yeah.
It sounded like you said something different, but it's the same, one and the same.
It's a green physical needs assessment. So they'll go to each property and make an assessment from a dollar perspective, how much it's going to cost us to rehab. We're also making some improvements to our parking lots at many of the towers. We have an opportunity to go by and check Underwood has been doing nice. We fixed that. There was kind of a cliff at Crown. We fixed that as well. I think the only ones that we're not doing is KJ and Jackson. So this is an investment in our residents, and it's kind of in line with the 7-point plan, which we're going to move forward with again once the weather breaks. And my last announcement is our Operation Curb Appeal is going to, Sal is going to announce a date probably next month. We're going to be asking the community to help us and the residents do some spring cleaning outside of our towers as well as, in the exterior of the building. So we're excited about that. Got a lot of stuff going on here, folks. I think we had a pretty good meeting at City Council. From the standpoint of that budget, I sent you guys notification on more favorable outlook in that area. I think that we talked about being cautiously optimistic about our future. I think we can take that up a little bit further. I think we're in a much better position than we were 3 years ago. And it's a testament not only to the board, but our staff, but also this community to give us patience and understand, where we're going and what it's going to take to get there. I think everybody in this room has that understanding. Anybody got any questions?
No, I would just also mention that Commissioner Romano's term expires at the middle of next month, but that he has graciously agreed to be reappointed for another term, and the mayor has already done that. City Council has already approved that, so we will have Commissioner Romano for another 5 years. So, thank you.
So when we say OMG, right? Thanks, folks. Thanks.
Thank you.
A little different than the McAvoy.
You had to go and say
Got caught up.
Thanks, Scott.
No, you know what? I give Scott credit, he was coming right there. Okay, next item on the agenda is our consent agenda. Is there anything on the consent agenda anyone wants to pull off or discuss? And if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Ms. Molina, roll call.
Commissioner Linder?
Yes.
Commissioner Gray?
Yes.
Commissioner Berglund?
Yes.
Commissioner Romano?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Commissioner Bradley?
Yes.
Chair Taylor?
Yes. Okay. Next item, budget and finances. Mr. Bradley, Mr. Key's going to do this today.
Mr. Keys.
All right.
We had our finance committee meeting the other day, and through the financials in a little bit of detail. Today we'll just go over some highlights. You got the recaps there under section C. Our public housing year, we'll skip the year-to-date number here. Year-to-date, on the revenue side for public housing, we're up about 14,000, and on expenses, we're also up to the tune of about 348,000. The reason why we're up, there's a few key areas. One being utilities, year-to-date, we're up 121,000 due to the cold weather. We've had this big impact on the utility bills. The second item is insurance. The property insurance was budgeted, when the budget was put in, because of a keying error, so the actual versus budget is off by 67,000. That item will be fixed in the mid-year budget meeting. We're also under on transfers, capital items, to 279,000. So that's, even though it's a negative, it's really a good thing, and we haven't had to spend as much money. So altogether, when you take the good side of the revenue and the bad side of the expenses, we're over year-to-date about 343,000 for public housing. Section 8, year-to-date, we're over on revenue by about 442,000, due to dollars in from HUD. On the expense side, we're over roughly $7,500. So we net those, we're favorable in Section 8 to the tune of 430,000 year-to-date. Section 8 admin, revenues are up year-to-date by about 21,000. Expenses are less by about 22,000. So we net those, we're favorable year-to-date by about $1,000. Central office, revenues year-to-date are under by about 33,000, but we've held the line on expenses. So we're under on expenses by about 30,000, so net unfavorable about 3,000 year-to-date. Housing in Omaha, doing very well. Revenue, about $14,000 last year-to-date than what we budgeted, but expenses, we didn't hold the lines there, and we're 32,000 under on expenses. So net income before the non-cash items, year-to-date, we're positive $26,000. So all in all, for the month and year-to-date, we're in pretty good shape. And then if you want to flip back to the payroll section, you'll also have in front of you handouts that I handed out before the meeting. Two key indicators of financial strength of an organization are, number one, how much money you have in the bank, and number two, how are you paying your vendors in your payrolls. So what you have in front of you there is, the one piece is the amount of money that was in the bank today that Mr. Scott started here, $4.6 million. And the second piece of paper is the current bank balances to the tune of $8.67 million. So a net increase of $4 million in cash over these last 2 years. So that's a strong indicator of cash position. The second one being how well you're managing your payables. And if you look at the payables sheet, all of our payables to the tune of $740,000 are all current, all paid within 0 to 30 days. So we're managing the payable side as well. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I've got a question. Other than a super talented board, why do you think that, what would be the top 3 things that really caused this wonderful turnaround in cash in your mind?
Well, I think one piece, obviously, is the board oversight. Another piece is the executive director oversight of operations and the amount of infrastructure that's in place. At the time that we came on board, there was a bloated infrastructure in place. There was a reduction in staff at that time. There was a strong look at all the expenses, looking at internal controls, review of payables, approval levels, and just bringing a lot of the oversight of operations more internal. So it was more of an internal oversight versus external.
What role did asset management play in all of this, do you think?
I think that has a big piece of it too. I mean, we're still in the process of moving.
Terrence says a lot. He's a back on this kind of stuff.
I think, we're still moving toward the asset management function where oversight of the income and the expenses are more at the field level. So even though we manage the cash position and the payables here centrally, there's a decentralized approach that we're moving toward on revenue expense oversight at the field level. So we're working through that process and having the field more involved with it.
It is a pretty amazing turnaround.
It is. And I would would also say that it's a good increase and it's a good amount of money to have in the bank. That is also our savings from having the other accounts. So, to some extent, there's all kinds of things we could do with this, but keeping it there and having it for emergencies, so we don't have to borrow against our properties if things come up. We may have some government certainty over the next couple of years, but who knows beyond that. And if we have a few opportunities to do some development, at least there's some cash on hand to collateralize or seed that. So I think that's it's been a good turnaround, and it's a nice increase to have. It's something that I think we need to utilize or address carefully.
And to Mr. Scott's point too, with the GPMA coming up, we'll get a good indicator there as to the physical needs on the property. So it's good to have these reserves there.
We all know we've had some deferred maintenance going on. So,
And that's gonna take up some of the money that's in there, and then that's okay, because that's one of the things we have it for, can have it for.
You have. I think like pretty much, that's all the key items. I think as a board oversight continue, but there's some key items that the board has to kind of keep oversight of. As we have that preserved accounts. So I concur with both of the statements that were made.
Madam Chair, if I could.
Yes.
At some point in time, maybe at our next board meeting, if we can, because I know are we still engaged in negotiations with some of our employees? We are engaged. There was some events that occurred in the last couple of days that we probably, you didn't have a vote yesterday. We've not been given formal notification of the results. But we have informal notification. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we can discuss that at another point, but we are in negotiations. Okay. Would it be prudent, I think, are we far enough along that the board can get an update at our next board meeting and executive session? We are far enough along that we are at a phase where I could probably brief the board what I know in the executive session at this point. So that's probably can we schedule that for our next board meeting?
We can do today.
We can do
today.
today.
We're going to have a executive session today.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
any other questions on any of the finances? I see our utility bills, even for last month, are still right up there in our payables. Hopefully those will start to drop off. So, any other questions on the financials? No? We can move on.
Next item is asset management. Superintendent Terrence.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners.
Good morning.
You have before review our report. February was a tough month. We had 80 units or 80 people move out, so that was a tough number to overcome. But once you include our exempt units, we still maintained at 98%. Like I said, that 80 move-outs was a tough hill to climb, but we still had 11 properties at 100%. 3 properties were at 99%, and 4 maintained 98%. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Was there an issue at Southside, or is that just the normal attrition?
There was a lot of evictions at
It's
Southside.
18 of them.
Yeah. Probably 15 of them were evictions for either non-payment or criminal activity.
Okay.
And you notice they ran at 16.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is,
Yeah. No,
which
it's
is a
good.
phenomenally high number.
And in February, that's amazing.
Okay, and then IO, we are continuing to, we're currently going to IO as well.
Yes, we do have some vacancies there that we're trying to fill. We started advertising the last couple of weeks for our 2 and 3 bedroom scatter site units, which the bulk of the vacancies that we are in the higher properties for those bedroom sizes. And we'll continue to do some advertising to build back up our waiting list.
Next item, housing choice voucher. Ms. Anderson.
Good morning, Commissioners. You have my monthly report. I would be happy to answer any questions you may have. I just wanted to bring you up to date on our families that we have actually out looking for new units. We have a total of 161 families out looking currently for new units. We are continuing to update our waiting list. We still have families scheduled for April and for May. So we'll continue to add families to our waiting list. We have 300 families, right around 300, just a little less than 300 that we will be adding over the next couple of months. Our goal is to, by the end of May, to have 400 families looking, a total of 400 families looking from when we first opened our waiting list to the current time, to that May date.
Are the availability of units up or down, or would you see any big changes there?
I haven't seen a big change. I think they're available because remember, we haven't issued vouchers
Right, I
for over
understand.
a year. So yeah, the units are available,
Okay.
yes.
Any other questions or comments from section 8? Not, we'll move on to HIO. We did not have a meeting last month. They start to run together for a little bit. But I will just point out that you'll see, first time since I think I've been on this board again, we've got some at least positive financial traction in HIO. So I give Susan and the HIO staff some credit for that, for getting our revenues up. Nicole especially, as well as I know you work on the revenue. So thank you for that. It actually makes a big difference for HIO. Next item is capital development and construction. Mr. Durant.
Good morning, Commissioners. My report for you. Like Mr. Scott pointed out, the big thing for the next 2 weeks will be the GPMA. Me and my staff will be out with the engineers assessing all the properties. So it'll be.
How big of a crew do they have?
They're going to be running 3 crews for those 2 weeks. So 2 crews will be tackling the scattered sites, and then I'll be running around with the towers and stuff. And so it's outside of Spencer. So we'll be.
Is that one of the letters that I received?
I would assume it probably is one of the letters. Yeah. So actually, at the towers, we're doing 100% of all the scattered site housing because there's no way to actually figure out what the needs are unless you actually physically go inside and look and figure it out. But towers, we do samplings. We do 10% of 1 bedrooms, 10% of 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and then we do all the common areas and the exterior and stuff like that. And then we're at, excuse me, the GPNA. I've confirmed this with this group that the GPNA is the exact same thing as the PCAs, except it's in a different format. So basically, he can give me a price on formatting it to the PCA because it's the exact same data. So he's going to give me a price on that too. So it should save us some money instead of bringing in another engineering group to do basically the same work.
I have any other? Chandler Place. So we're moving forward with that. Okay on that?
That's going to give him a hard time.
Yeah, the challenge is on the list of the, one of the issues was that in order to allow the property to have a very good debt service was to get some type of abatement in the real estate taxes. So we were in discussions and negotiations with Suffolk County Assessor and Suffolk County Attorney, because we structured the deal in a way that the Douglas County Assessor told us that we structured the deal in a way that we structured Douglas County to give that attention. Suffolk County is taking 30%. So we discussed that, we'll use that later. At this point, we're at the point where we probably need to get some decisions as to how we can proceed. I think there is enough different opinion of the legalities and Douglas County is one thing, the Douglas County Assessor Division, they're a much more conservative jurisdiction. They're taking a look at it a different way. So ultimately, we need to get to a final algorithm to this. So we decide who's a contractor. The vast majority of the revenue
Well, then, obviously, I would ask you to put that on the Ohio board meeting.
Yeah, and the other update on that is that Bill has been working with his construction group to do some value engineering to try to break some costs down because he needs to do that servicing. So just to let you know what the real estate taxes are, it's 30% of the annual expenses. It's $217,000. So it's a big number, and unfortunately, it's tough. So.
Okay. Appreciate the update, and we'll keep this board advised.
Anything, I've been asked, any update on Pleasant View, when they expect to do anything?
On our portion of it, we've got to see the college about it. I'm just working to keep track of that council, do the 75 West Council. We get a form of transport for 2 acres that we need.
Okay.
So that's, what they're doing right now is they're looking at all the architectural and some of the legal planning issues that they have to get
Right.
in the city. So once those issues are kind of resolved, the planning is done, and we will get, we can also do the formal survey. We determine exactly what the dimensions of that tool is going to be and transfer that to us. So that's kind of where they're at this point, but I know they're going through, we talked with Bello a couple of weeks ago, just to go over the planning phases. I know he's looking at some type of financial, put in his financing structure for all the deals, within the large massive projects.
No, I don't.
But based on that, and I think a couple of things that I know staff is looking at, I would suggest, Cole, can you talk to Commissioner Romano, Commissioner Berman, and we need to have a development committee meeting.
So that's one of the things that I didn't announce, folks. So we put out, has been put out the project-based voucher solicitation for eligible projects to apply for vouchers, OHA vouchers. So that went out on the street last night. It will be out for 60 days.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I think it's going on Monday.
If there are any interested parties that, or individuals or developers that you come into contact with, tell them to apply for those vouchers, about 250, so we're looking for multiple projects to fund. It's money at the end of the day, so it will help with either gap financing or leverage for them to whoever get additional financing.
These are incremental vouchers.
What do you mean by incremental?
So there are 250 vouchers that will be led, and that's one voucher per unit.
Yeah, one voucher per unit. The deals are, a project is, we sign a contract for basically 10 years, so it's a guaranteed revenue stream.
For specific numbers, so 40 vouchers, 50 vouchers per project, something like that. It's usually how we've done in the past.
Actually, we've never done a deal. We've never done, this agency has never done a project-based voucher deal. We really have to get in that game. And it's going to create new and/or rehab housing in this community. This is a big deal. We're excited about it.
Did we do any kind of a press release on it?
No, we just put out a solicitation. We'll probably do that when we award.
I'll do kind of what I did last year, and I've got a database of developers that were interested in it last year.
I'm just speaking from a PR standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
What we do is after we award the voucher, then we put it out in public. HUD's got to approve it. There's a due diligence process. It's much like it goes to the procurement committee, and it's a contract. So it's a lengthy process. It's a partnership with HUD. But this is something that.
Is there criteria that's listed out throughout the RFP about project priorities and kind of what the process is for vetting candidates, and is that all laid out here?
It's basically a scoring process. So basically, you can do 25% of the other things, 25%. You can do more for support services. So if you offer services to residents, you can do up to 100%. I would say there's no issue count on 100%, probably, but the potential could happen in a certain situation. So
That's a big deal.
It really is.
There'll be a lot of competition for that. I anticipate developers and grants doing that.
We hope so. I've had some experience doing these deals in all my other housing authorities, so
Development Committee. Perfect. Thank you. Anything else on capital development and construction? Moving on, procurement and contracting, Mr. Schrader.
Good morning, Commissioners. You have my report inside here, and I'm available for any questions you may have.
No questions or discussion? Again, thank you, procurement committee, for their diligence in this. I think it helps me personally, knowing that you guys have looked at these contracts going forward, so I appreciate that assistance. Next item, human resources.
Yep, Gail's not here, I'll do that real quick, folks. We did not have any terminations. We did hire four individuals, and we have 2 open positions out on the streets, an accountant and a housing specialist from John Anderson's shop. Pretty straightforward report. Any questions?
Next item, family and community services, Mr. Saka.
Good morning, Commissioner. I have my report in front of you. I'll be glad to answer any questions. I only have one item I'd like to talk about. We got a visit from Kathy, a resident from the field office from Des Moines, who's actually assigned to us. She's here to visit as our FSS department. She got here yesterday, and she'll be here possibly to the end of today. She came here and introduced herself to the so far, she's very impressed as far as what we're doing in the department. She's very pleased with the case management method that we use, and also our service, the service coordination concept that we're using today to attract all of our partners. So she will follow up with the official letter to the housing authority to let us know the outcome in her visit.
I will also say one of the things that we discussed with the mayor yesterday was how do we assist our residents to do a better job of prioritizing funding and paying their rent. And, we talked about rent-wise a little bit. The idea there is the efforts that we're taking to ensure that our residents are educated and able to stay in their housing as opposed to turn over and moving them out. So again, we discussed that with her, very interested in instead of just having us turn people out and then who knows where they end up, what we're trying to do to keep people in their homes.
It's good. Actually, looking at our report on the outcome, we actually sent 6 residents last month to REMWISE to the Salvation Army. We didn't know they had a REMWISE, but when we had a PCCD, they actually talked about it. So we really trying to get our residents, especially the one that's in Mount Canaan, trying to refer them to REMWISE through the Salvation Army. I don't know where we are without REMWISE.
We have a tentative training scheduled date on the 18th of April. He gave us two dates, but we're leaning towards the 18th. So I'll make it official today or tomorrow with her.
And we talked about that in operations, as that being the importance of that program and how that can assist us in particularly non-payment evictions.
And then tomorrow's Project Homeless Connect, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Staff.
That's all.
Well, it's 8 till 4.
Yeah.
I'll be there all day, so,
That's at Creighton
yes.
University. What's the facility?
What's that? There's
The gym, the
old gym. It's called what? Kiewit.
Kiewit,
Yeah. And it's very interesting. If you were be in the area, just to stop down. And this is the 8th year I think we've done this. I've been on the board for the last couple of years, but we have about anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 homeless. And in the morning it's mostly white males, and in the afternoon it's women and kids. And so it's quite interesting. And Creighton's done a great job. They've committed to that facility for the next 4 years for us. And of course, we have all the social services there. They can come in, they can eat, they can get a haircut, they can do a dental inspection, medical workup. We have cell phones there, we have computers if they want to try to connect family. But what it is try to take the homeless here in Omaha and take them to having housing. We've got some major employers here that actually take some applications. One of the things we're going to try and do this year was help them with the portable care, but because Nebraska doesn't have an exchange, we can't do any of that. So that's something we're gonna work on next year to help a lot of those people with the insurance side of that, so.
We can possibly send some, is it too late to send someone down for information?
Well, let me check with Ed Shada and I can run that thing, so, but I'll check on that today and
Let me
communicate
know.
with you.
Yeah,
Because we had all kinds of people ready to come in and sit and help them, but with Nebraska not having this change is an issue.
You have sign-up capability, right?
We do, but, without the expansion, a lot of people won't make it, won't qualify.
Yeah.
It still won't
Yeah,
be
because they're
affordable
exchanged,
because
they're
of the gap.
qualified. So, but I appreciate your staff always being there for that, because it's gaining, and we do track if it's working, and the whole thing is working, so.
And one thing that I may add on that, last year, they actually had some judges out there actually waiving traffic tickets
Yes.
and all those
Yep.
things to allow these families of these individuals to
They'll be there again this year.
So they do again this year. Yeah, it's really a good program for this one.
Yeah. The other thing what made me think about this, because of Project Homeless Connect, with evictions, we never turn somebody out that they know they're going to be homeless, correct?
We do sometimes we do.
Do we? Because the only reason I know, I'm familiar with it, the state of Kansas, they just passed a law that says no public housing authority can actually do that.
Yeah, we don't have that law. What we essentially do is, I think Susan Turner talked about the D7 family housing. Every one of our eviction notices basically has, if you need help, pay your rent, you need counseling, how to get home, we send them to a family housing advantage services who counsels them, and they have a network of their own landlords that might be able to help them. So that's one avenue we
And then
use.
veterans is another thing.
We have very few veterans.
Yeah, I know.
But we try to send them to, we call it VA, when we have those situations to see whether or not the VA can come in and figure out what the situation is. Is it a mental issue? Is it what's going on? So when we know that we have a veteran, we usually call the VA and see what the VA can give some assistance to that veteran before we move forward.
I just want to add, I serve on the board for the continuing care for the homeless, and of the 7,700 people that were homeless last year, a significant portion aren't even eligible for
Right.
housing in OHA because of a number of issues, and have also been evicted from OHA. So it's kind of like we're dealing with a whole population that is beyond what can be served through. So, yeah, it's
Any additional comment or discussion on family community services? For public safety, Ms. Peters?
Good morning, Commissioners. You have before you my report. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Excuse me. Just wanted to formally say thank you to the police department. They have been really great with information exchanges, and we email back and forth on a daily basis almost to keep up on what's going on our properties with our really good security. Any
Thank you.
questions?
Next item, legal, Mr. Cholo.
We got the report before you, since the last board meeting, there has not been any new significant litigation. Case number 2, OHA prevailed on that, so that plaintiff only recourse to their funds to appeal it, as well as case number 5, same circumstance. Case number 6, we were supposed to have a hearing yesterday, but that got continued to next week. So that's where we made that clear going on with that litigation.
Items 1 and 3.
Item 1 and 3, what has happened to those is, as you're aware, she appealed. Number 1 is she was asked the Supreme Court of the United States to reconsider the decision not to take the case, which is probably unlikely that the Supreme Court will consider their own ruling. And then on number 3, she filed an appeal with the Court of Appeals, and she has asked the Court of Appeals 3 times to extend a brief due date. So now she has April 14th, and I'm guessing this is more likely to go to the last extension, that she'll get to file the brief. So once she files that brief, we'll really have a chance to respond to it.
Any additional questions or comments on legal? If not, do we have any other new business besides the items listed on our agenda? not, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session for legal and personnel matters. A motion and a second, Ms. Molina, roll call.
Commissioner Whitford?
Yes.
Commissioner Gray?
Yes.
Commissioner Bergman? Yes. Commissioner Romano?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson? Yes. Commissioner Bradley?
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes. George, will you stay with the list, we'll do first the question that you had regarding, and then
Yeah,